Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here, and I've got the Alcatel Idol 4S here. It also comes with a VR headset as well. I'll show that off pretty soon. But anyways, this device goes up for pre-order on July 15th, and it's going to be $350. So it's a pretty promising device. Let's go ahead and open it up. I'll show you what's in the box, and also give some first impressions as well. So let's get started. It looks like Alcatel has a bit of a new logo. I actually like it, very minimal. Let's go ahead and slide this open, and here we go. You have your VR headset right here. And then looks like some accessories and quick start guide. So let's jump right into the VR headset. Gives you some quick tech specs about your VR goggles, the phone itself, 5.5-inch display. And my guess is the device is actually in this. There's a button right here which releases the packaging. So opens this. It looks like a bit of a casing right here is what that is. Inside of it is whatever this is. Let's go ahead and open it up. Oh, just a quick strap for strapping on the headset. Set that to the side. This piece should actually pop out, I do believe, because it looks like the phone's in there. Take a peek. There's the phone right there. So we need to figure out how to get this black piece open. Looks like it just slides right off. And there we go. Very cool. Definitely a different presentation, and I do like it. So especially with VR getting more and more popular, we can just pop the phone out right there. There's a close-up to the headset. Got their logo right over there. And then, of course, you can use this as a case as well. You know, you got some space between the eyepiece. I'm sorry, this should be flipped, I believe. Between the eyepiece and actually where it goes. So you can throw some accessories in there if you'd like to bring your VR headset with you. So here's the device. Very premium feeling, actually, right away. Got glass to it. Looks like there's speakers on the back right here. So you see up there and down there. And then, of course, on the front as well. So very interesting design. You have an extra button here. I'll talk about that in a second, but let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. It has a 3,000 milliamp hour embedded battery, and I'm going to go to whatever else is in the packaging while that boots up. Well, you can watch that. So first of all, you have a cable. It does use micro USB and not USB Type-C. I believe that's due to just their VR compatibility. So you'll see right here, micro USB cable. What else? Probably the AC adapter as well. Looks like that is booted up. It's already on the start screen, so give you a quick look at this AC adapter. It does say quick charging on it. It says Alcatel as well. And let's see what else is in here. There's more and more. So you got some headphones, some JBL headphones, which they partnered with JBL before with their Idol 3 device. So here they are. Looks like you have a play pause button. So here they are. And also it includes a couple extra earpieces. I believe you have different sized ears. So I believe that should be it. It said quick start guide on it, but I do not see it. There's a SIM ejector tool in there, but I do not see a quick start guide. Looks like I can't get started. Good thing I know a decent amount about phones, or I'm just missing it, actually. That could obviously be an option. So I don't see it. I'll do some further looking, but let's get to the device, because that is obviously the most exciting. So let me peel off this quick sticker right here. And let's get a couple close-ups. Here's a look at the back of the device with that 16 megapixel camera, fingerprint scanner as well. It says Alcatel and Idol down at the bottom. And then on the side here, you have something called a boom key. I'll talk about that in just a second. You have a couple volume rockers as well. Make note of that camera bump right there. It does protrude out a little bit. I have a couple cases I'll show off in just a second. Down at the bottom of the device, you have your charging slot, microphone. On the left side, you have your SIM card slot along with a micro SD card slot. This does have 32 gigs of internal storage. And then the power button in the exact same spot that it was on the Idol 3, essentially. Up at the top, you have your 3.5mm headphone jack and another microphone. Up at the top of the device, you have an 8 megapixel camera, also with front-facing flash. I'll show that off in just a little bit. And then down at the bottom, absolutely nothing because there are on-screen buttons. Alright, I'm going to run through the setup and only come back if there's anything out of the ordinary. Alright, so I want to set up the fingerprint scanner. Just go ahead and press on it and lift my finger up. One thing I want to make note about it is it's pretty flush with the device. There's no indent. It doesn't protrude very much. There is an outside ring to kind of help you find it, but it's going to take a little bit of time to actually get used to finding the exact spot you need to be, since there isn't a specific indent for your finger to fall into. I don't see it being a problem, but it's just going to take a few days probably to actually get used to finding the right spot every single time. Of course, more to come in my full review. That should be here in just about a week, maybe a little bit longer. Fingerprint handed, so that's great. We'll test that out once I get to the lock screen, and we should be at the home screen now. Oh, press the boom key anytime. So let's talk about the boom key right here, which is an interesting button right here. It's not necessarily where your thumb sits. There's actually a good gap between the volume rockers and the boom key, which is good to see because you don't want to accidentally press the boom key. So it starts different effects in different apps. So let's go ahead and press start. Not exactly sure what that did, but it looks like the wallpaper is actually moving. Got a nice 3D effect. I'm sure you could turn that off. But I'm going to press it right here. And it looks like it didn't do anything. It vibrated the device, but really didn't do it. It just adds that weather effect, actually. So that's the only thing the boom key does on the home screen, but it's set within specific apps. So this device does have a 5.5-inch AMOLED 1440p display. I'm going to go ahead and go into settings. It does ship with Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow. Scroll down to About Phone. Here it is, Android 6.0.1. It does have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 652 processor along with 3 gigabytes of RAM, an Adreno 510 GPU as well. Now it does look like they have a bit of a custom skin in terms of applications being themed, at least the icons being themed. It does look like there's a little bit of bloatware, but overall, I mean, this is definitely customized, but it's still very similar to stock Android. You'll see you have a flashlight toggle. There's max audio as well. You'll see the brightness toggle has an auto key that looks a little bit different. You can customize the order of all of these and add specific ones such as cast, do not disturb, invert colors as well. All right, so I want to go ahead and test out that fingerprint scanner. So I'm just going to go ahead and set my finger on it, and it unlocked it with the display off. Try it once more. 1, 2, 3. It's on. There we go. I'm going to try it with the display on as well. 1, 2, 3, and it unlocks it. So pretty good. I can imagine, like I said, it's going to take some time to get used to finding it because there's not too much texture to that button itself. Alcatel also shipped me a few Incipio cases, so I figured I'd open one up and show it off as well. So here we go. Here's the Incipio case. I'm going to pop it on very quick. Case might be a decent option to actually add some texture to that fingerprint scanner so you know exactly where to put your finger. But taking a look at a close-up of it, some of the cutouts seems pretty good on that back speaker. And this one as well, down at the bottom, very open cutouts there. And you'll see on the front, they just have little ridges for those speakers. Button-wise, they are covered buttons. It seems pretty easy to actually press them. They're not super difficult or add a lot of, I guess, pressure that you have to push to actually press the buttons. So overall, seems like a pretty solid case option. Lots of them, actually. They include a transparent one, dual layer one, a bunch of different colors as well. Now you'll see there's some bloatware right on the home screen. Fuse, little star as well. Looks like you have the VR launcher and VR store, Lamper VR, just a couple of VR apps, which I'm glad they included, so it doesn't take time for you to actually have to research and figure out how to actually get the VR going. They have it pre-installed for you. But yeah, just a couple. Next Radio as well being one. You see you got your home screen. Looks like you have a clear all button down at the bottom that they've added to the recent apps. There's a system update that'll install. And like I said, more to come in the near future. Let's go to the camera. Actually grant access to the camera, of course. So here we go. I'm going to snap just a quick picture. All right. Move. All right, so shutter speed seems very quick. Focusing seems quick as well. Let's go ahead and take another picture. So there you go. It looks like you have a lot of options such as slow-mo, micro video, which is, I'm not sure actually, what did that say? Fuse, which is actually an app. Interactive photo by capturing your subject from different angles. Let's go ahead and switch to the front-facing camera. So let's flip it. And I'm going to turn the flash on, and we'll see if it actually works. There you go. So you see that it does have an actual flash, which is nice. It doesn't just light the screen up white. Now I want to check out the boom key. Let's go into settings. I'm sure there's specific settings for it. And there is. Boom key right here. So press boom key to turn screen on. Double press to take a photo. This is while the screen is off. Or long press to take a burst shot. While screen is on, you can activate boom effects as you saw that weather effect earlier. You can launch the camera. Double press to take a photo. You can take an instant screenshot, trigger an application, or do nothing. And this is all while the screen is on. So you can open a specific application by pressing it, activate boom effects, whatever those are. I'll have to play around with those, or do nothing. So let's try it with the screen off and actually press it. And it turned the screen on, so it does kind of act as a power button in that sense. But let's double tap it. So I double pressed it, opened, and snapped a quick picture. And then one more try. I'm going to go ahead and press and hold it, and it vibrates, and you heard it take 3 pictures, burst pictures right there. So that's a nice addition to the device. And of course, you do have dual stereo speakers right here, which are great. Front-facing, they're very slim as well. I really love the design, and they're not very protruding. They don't make the device seem large in any means. You can block both of them to try and block some of the sound. They get pretty loud, actually.
But like I said, I can't at the moment.
So very loud sounding as well. So yeah, just really enjoy these speakers. I enjoyed them on the Idol 3 actually. So there you have it. That's just about everything I did want to show off in my unboxing and impression. It's kind of long, but there's lots to see. Lots of accessories, including that VR headset as well. More to come in my full review. I will get that out pretty soon, so make sure you're subscribed. Follow me on social media. All links in the description video below. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching.